So what's up? What's going on, everybody? It's JA for today's video. We got a couple packages to unbox, plus we're talking the latest Yeezy leak. If you enjoy these videos and you would like to support the channel, you can do so by hitting the thumbs up right underneath the video. It helps out the channel tremendously. And without further ado, let's get straight into it. All right, so first up, we got a new Yeezy release to be revealed. Well, I shouldn't say a new release because, again, we got another re-release. This time it's the 350 V2 Flax. Some of y'all may not be familiar with this pair because it originally dropped back in 2020. And at the time, Yeezy was dropping a lot of 350s. If I recall, 2020 may have had the most 350 V2 releases. Some good ones, some bad ones. I feel like this pair definitely went under the radar just because, I mean, look at them. You know, they are cool, but very similar to a lot of previous releases. Of course, I would say the primary color here is this almost dull like yellow. So these kind of remind me of, like, I guess you guys remember the 350 Citrons? Kind of something like that. I can't remember. There was so many 350 V2s back in 2020. So I feel like this is kind of a weird pair for Adidas to bring back. Almost feels lazy. Like, bro, they could have came with a new colorway, but we got the Flax making a comeback this fall. Are you guys hyped for these? Let me know what y'all think. So I'm scrolling through the gram today and I noticed a post by goated IG account Donda's Place. At the time of this recording, it is officially the 5th anniversary of the original 700 V1 Wave Runner. 5 years ago this date, this iconic sneaker went up for sale for pre-order. Now, I actually remember the exact day. I was just randomly surfing Yeezy Supply, noticed the pre-order was available, hesitated for just a moment, and these joints were gone. At the time of this release, $300 was a pretty steep price point for a sneaker, but these are iconic nonetheless. And I have to agree with Donda's Place saying that this is the most important sneaker of the generation. The Wave Runner is just so iconic. The Dash Shoe Wave, you guys know the story. These joints have released several times throughout the years and are still praised as one of the most iconic Yeezys of all time. So let me know, do you guys have these in your collection? And do you feel like these joints are still as dope as the day they originally released? So are the Yeezy shades starting to grow on y'all yet? Over the past week, we saw a massive social media campaign featuring several different influencers posting images of the new Yeezy shades. I feel like the dopest one had to be the one by YEEZY when he had Ye in there. Joints are super futuristic. In my previous video, one of y'all pointed out that those joints definitely give you Bret Hitman Hart vibes, so I get it. These are definitely a look. I'm really curious to know though, what is the price point gonna be based on the fact that it looks like these are gonna be a Yeezy Gap collab. Originally, we were supposed to get stuff at affordable prices, but with the whole Yeezy Gap Balenciaga, I feel like that may have gotten lost in the shuffle. So I'm very curious to know the price point on these glasses. They don't look super expensive, they don't look cheap, but I feel like they are giving me that Yeezy vibe. Now, while I don't think these are that practical of a look, they're not super classic or timeless, these joints definitely scream futuristic Yeezy vibes. So I'm really curious to see how the public is gonna react to these. And when these joints drop, are you looking to secure a pair for your wardrobe? All right, so let's get into these unboxings. These are some delayed packages from Yeezy Day, which finally, so let's go ahead and get straight into it. Now, as y'all know, if you guys follow the channel, I got 3 W's. I was blessed for Yeezy Day. Some people went crazy. Some people copped everything. I really just went for the stuff that I needed, didn't go too overboard. And I didn't really enter any raffles on pairs that I wasn't looking to add. So the shipment was somewhat delayed. I already got my turtle doves, of course, and these are my other 2 W's. So let's go ahead and check them out. First up, we had the Azale. Now, I had to grab these. This is not my personal size. I went to grab these in my kid's size, But the OG Azale is just so iconic. So it was great that they brought these joints back for Yeezy Day. And if you happen to miss out on this pair, they're going for great prices on the secondary market. So let's check them out. I did want to compare these to my OGs to see if we noticed any visible differences. So when comparing the new 2022 Azale versus my OG, which dropped back in 2019, the first noticeable difference I would say is the OG pair has a somewhat slightly vintage age tint to it. Now I can't recall if that's how these joints came or if the age look came over time. Looking at the new pair, these look to be a lot more of a pure white versus the aged vintage kind of look of the OG. So once again, I don't know if this is due to time or if this is how they came, but the new pair is super clean nonetheless. But I would say the aged vintage look kind of gives these joints a little more character if that's what you're into. So let's get into the second package, which is a pair of Yeezys I've never seen before. So I'm definitely hyped to check these out. Earlier, we talked about the 700 V1, the Wave Runner, and how iconic that pair is, being went up for sale 5 years ago for pre-order. And this is the latest colorway for the 700 V1. So this is the high res blue. I did actually pick these up in my size 10 and a half. So let's go ahead and get straight into these joints. This is one of the more interesting colors. And I gotta say, these are cool. I'm not in love with this shoe, but it is definitely an interesting model. I didn't realize that the little iconic drips here on the back heel area are actually coming in this purple. From the images, it appeared that those joints were just blue. So these are cool. I'm not a big fan of the infinity laces on this model in particular, but in terms of the colorway, this is a nice rich blue. I'm really digging the purple here on the toe cap. And I just love the 700 V1 overall. When it comes to the craftsmanship and quality of this model, A1, just like we expect from the Yeezy brand. So this is a cool pair. I'm gonna keep this one in the collection. Not 100% sure if I'm gonna rock these joints yet, but I'm gonna hold on to them in the collect, see if I feel like rocking these one day. But these joints are very blue, like they're super loud, so they're cool. I kind of prefer my carbon blue, which I just showed y'all in a recent video. It's a little more subtle. I think they did it better, but this is a cool colorway nonetheless. I think what would have really set these off is if they would have added just one more color in here. It would have really set these off, but these are super blue. I dig the orange right here. So 700 V1, high res blue. Were you guys successful? Were you able to cop these on Yeezy Supply? And are y'all digging these or not? Also, remember they dropped the high res red as well. So it's kind of like a pack high res red, high res blue. Out of the two, I like the blue pair a little better. These aren't one of my favorite Yeezys of all time, but it's a cool, interesting colorway. So I'm never mad when they drop more Yeezys. So let me know what you guys think about these joints below. And for the latest Yeezy leak, this one comes courtesy of Yeezy Influence. We have the Yeezy Slide Azure, which is actually set to drop this coming fall. So we got a blue Yeezy Slide, but nah, it's actually a beautiful shade of blue. I feel like if these would have dropped back during the Jesus is King era, they would have been going crazy. But the Yeezy Slide is still great. After all of the years, it's still one of the most comfortable pieces of footwear on the market. You know, you got that single Eva foam mold. Joints are great, but I feel like I'm getting a little tired of the Yeezy Slide. It's just that every time we get a colorway, it's just a single monotone color. I would like to see them infuse more of the MX swirl, which they tried to do, but it wasn't as defined. So I'm just waiting for them to go outside the box and drop a super crazy color, you know, something with two tones with an MX swirl in there. You guys know what I'm talking about. We've seen different samples. Let's go ahead and make it happen. But regardless, This new blue Azure color is dope. Something I'll be looking to add to the collection. Yes, they got me again. Can't pass up on these joints, but they're not super exciting, but it's something cool, something new. So I'm definitely checking for them, but I feel like it's time for a V2. I mean, I say this all the time. Maybe I'm moving too ahead of myself. Maybe I gotta let people catch up. You know what I'm saying? But I'm ready for a V2 slide. We saw some different type of slides featured during the season 8 show. So let's go ahead and drop them. There's nothing wrong with dropping a V2. You can continue to drop colors of the original Yeezy slide, feed that market, but you gotta cater to that audience of the Yeezy brand that is looking for those new silhouettes. And I've said this time and time again, 2022, we have yet to see any new Yeezy models. So Adidas, you were on the clock. I know if it was up to Ye, we would have already had several new models this year. So let's make it happen. If we don't get anything new before the end of the year, I'm gonna be super disappointed. But once again, we got the Yeezy Slide Azure coming in this beautiful blue colorway. Let me know what you guys think about these joints, as well as all of the topics covered here in today's video. We're gonna wrap things up. If y'all enjoyed the video, drop a comment, hit the thumbs up button. I'm JA, make sure y'all stay safe, stay blessed, and I'm out, y'all. Salute.